A few miles outside of Rome, the tokens of punishment began. There was a place where the road crossed a little wasteland of rock and sand, a few acres in extent, and the person in charge of the exhibit had, with an eye for effect, chosen this particular spot for the first crucifix. The cross had been cut out of fresh new wood, pitch-bleeding pine, and since the ground fell away behind it, it stood stark and bare and angular against the morning sky, so huge and impressive, overlarge since it was the first, that one hardly noticed the naked body of the man who hung upon it. It stood slightly askew, as is so often the case with the top-heavy crucifix, and this added to its bizarre demi-human quality. Caius drew up his horse and then walked the animal toward the crucifix, and with a little flick of her courtesy quirt, Helena ordered the litter slaves to follow.
"May we rest, O mistress, O mistress?"
whispered the pace-setter of Helena's litter when they came to a halt before the crucifix. He was a Spaniard, and his Latin was broken and wary.
"Of course,"
said Helena. She was only 23, but already of strong opinion, as all the women of her family were, and she despised senseless cruelty toward animals, whether slave or beast. Then the litter-bearers gently lowered the carriages, squatting gratefully beside them.
A few yards in front of the crucifix, on a straw chair shaded by a small patched awning, sat a fat, amiable man of distinction and poverty. His distinction was manifest in each of his several chins and in the dignity of his huge paunch, and his poverty, not unmixed with sloth, was plainly evident by his poor and dirty clothes, his grimy fingernails, and his stubble of beard. His amiability was the easily worn mask of the professional politician, and one could see at a glance that for years he had scavenged the Forum and the Senate and the wards as well. Here he was now, the last step before he became a beggar with only a mat in some Roman lodging house, yet his voice rolled out with the robust quackery of a barker at a fair. These were the fortunes of war, as he made plain to them. Some choose the right party with uncanny facility. He had always chosen the wrong one, and it was no use saying that essentially they were both the same. This is where it brought him, but better men fared less well.
You will forgive me for not rising, my